Michael Bisping! Let it loose.
Nice to have you here, Bisping.
Yeah, thanks for finally coming.
Come on. Wouldn't miss it for the world. I feel like I'm walking into the fucking lion's den now. You guys are going to gang up on me.
No.
Rampage, I've got a lot of history.
We got a lot of history.
Me and Luke have a lot of history as well. I'm like,
You two guys fought,
I'm like,
right?
Luke's going to be there.
You
I'm
two
like,
guys
oh, fuck.
fought?
I didn't see the fight.
You two guys fought?
Honestly, I didn't see that fight.
You two guys fought? This is
Forgive
one of
me.
the craziest rivalries.
I didn't see it. Well, how many times did you guys fight?
Twice.
I didn't know.
You
One
two
apiece.
guys fought?
How many times did you guys fight?
No, we sparred a lot.
How many times did it turn into a fight?
No, we never had problems.
You never turned it into a fight with me, but there was a few people that shit their pants. Remember Tyson Jeffries? He jumped over the.
Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
jumped over the ring and ran down the street.
Yeah, that was for John Jones' camp, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He hit me with a spinning back fist. I thought it was a spinning back elbow.
Yeah,
and he cut my eye right before my fight.
He did.
One of my sparring
Was
partners.
it Tyson Jeffries?
Yeah,
Tyson,
yeah, that's what it was.
What
yeah.
camp were you guys together for?
Say again.
What camp were you together for?
A lot of them.
Many. I first met Rampage 2007 when you were training for Dan Henderson. Big Bear 2007. Because of that camp, I live here, really.
Yeah.
If it weren't for that, I would never have came out to California.
You guys trained the Wolf Slayer, though, right?
Yeah. I used to hate training out there. It was so cold, man.
Freezing. Walking on the mats, ice like toes.
Yeah, bro, it's the worst.
Yeah.
They hated it when we turned on the heaters. The guys at the
Yeah,
gym used to
yeah.
complain.
Would you bring him in for your camps at the Big Bear off the
No,
break?
we was on team. We became teammates. I liked it out there so much. I liked his team, so I joined the Wolf Slayer because of Bisping. I like training. I'm gonna tell you, Bisping was the hardest training fight I ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I need to train like that. Before him was Tito, and he trained twice as hard as Tito.
Well, we met at UFC Belfast.
Yeah.
Remember? You were at UFC Belfast. That was when Forrest Griffin fought. Who was it? One of your guys.
I can't remember.
What was his name? Not Joey Beltran.
Was it Joey Beltran?
Was it Joey Beltran?
It might
Sounds
be.
about right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Remember
yeah. So I
Joey?
think you were there with him. We said hi. You were fighting on the same card in London, and you invited me out to training camp.
Yeah.
That's how we got to know each other.
Yeah.
What was the mentality and like the feeling when you first met Rampage and Big Bear?
No, dude, I was starstruck. Rampage, come on, are you serious? You Rampage Jackson from Pride. And I see when I first got told about fighting, I didn't even know what MMA was. I didn't even know what UFC was, but I was told there's something called the UFC, and if you fight in it, you can make some pretty good money. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's give it a go. So I started watching everything. I started watching Pride. I'm like, I love this shit. And obviously I was a big fan of yours. So when I met you, I was super starstruck. And then you invited me out to Big Bear. I was like, what the fuck? I ain't missing this. See you guys, I'm off out to Big Bear for this next training camp. So that's kind of how it all came apart together.
How many camps did you guys do together?
I don't know. I didn't count. But
A good few years.
I remember him training in Big Bear, and we had to run. You remember Zach Light?
Oh yeah.
And him and Zach Light, they got very competitive. And Zach was always he was like the wrestling coach. He's a good runner. He's a smaller dude. He probably fights at 55.
Yeah.
And we had to run. It was slightly uphill in Big Bear, that thin altitude.
Mm-hmm.
And I was running. I'm okay at running. Zach come past me, and then Bisping comes past me, grunting. I'm looking at him like, God damn. He don't have like good perfect form, but
I'm a terrible athlete. I was never good at any sports ever, but I'm super competitive at everything. I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna
he
beat
beat
Zach.
Zach.
And I don't know why. Just every day it was me and Zach. We never talked about it. We never said who's gonna win today or anything. It was like a weird silent competition. We'd be side by side, just not even mentioning it. And then
nobody beats Zach running.
Did you give him his own room in the house?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, he had his
I
own.
did.
Yeah, we heard about some stories. Were you ever a part of any camps with Czech Congo in Big Bear?
Yeah, Czech Congo was there.
Yeah, he talking about the pranks and stuff. We used to
Yeah,
play on
no,
Czech-
I was in a different house. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You heard about this, huh?
No, I haven't. No.
No, most of those pranks was in England, and we were staying at our former manager's house. He didn't stay there. He lived in England.
Yeah.
Most of those pranks.
Oh, sorry. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but he got to
no,
mix
I never
up.
stayed there.
Those pranks, they wasn't in Big Bear. 'Cause that's when we first started meeting Congo. He didn't even speak English that much back then.